Hello, good evening, good morning. Whenever you see this, my hair is kind of not looking the best, but how are you today? So at the time of recording, it is currently doing math in my head. It's currently March 13th, and it's like 2 p.m. I've been recording videos today. This is like the fourth video I've recorded, or third video I've recorded today, I think. And my ideal is to stay out of the house for as long as possible. And I'm thinking in this moment about the guy at the vape shop. He gives me a discount on my stuff now. There's been 2 times where he's given me a discount. And I'm thinking about that in this moment and like thinking about whether or not he has like a motive for doing that, or if he's just doing that because he appreciates the insight that I brought to it. Because I don't know, I might have said something that like shifted his soul or something, because that's something that I do. Sometimes I just casually shift people and change if I could speak. Sometimes I speak and sometimes I say things and I accidentally change the trajectory of people's lives if I can fucking talk properly. So I'm thinking like, is that why, or is it because I don't know, like I feel like that is why. I feel like I'm overthinking it, low-key. Because, I mean, sure, a part of me thinks that he's attractive, sure. But I think that's also the part of me that recognizes that he's a musician, and that was the level that we connected on relatively, the fact that we're both musicians. Initially, I meant to bring my wallet out, and I was going to go to the vape shop, or one of the vape shops, like, by the end of my walk. But I accidentally left it at the house, which is kind of a good thing. So once again, my intention is to stay out of the house for as long as possible and just exist in the world away from the house, because I don't know, my body is like refusing to live stream, refusing to do my regular routine, and is going more into smoking mode because my dad is downstairs. I'm not necessarily blaming him, I'm just saying that the energy that is happening right now in the house is not really my favorite, and I don't currently have the strength to kind of push through that. So I'm just like, let me get away from there. So I think part of the reason why people are shifted by my energy and by my words is because I am so honest with myself, and as a result, other people. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't really have the language to really articulate, or even the processing to articulate what they're feeling and what is happening within them. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of the time I enter a space, I enter somebody's field, somebody's energy, and like, once again, it's accidentally because I'm just being myself. Like sometimes it's literally like, because I don't know, like, it's because I am inside of my body, and I've talked about this before. I've definitely expressed this before in different videos, different ways, but I am in my body. You are in your body. And the way that you show up to other people, you will not be able to experience that in the same way that other people do. And I think sometimes we don't realize like how we could be affecting people. You know what I mean? I talk very different than most people. I live in a place where a lot of people talk slang and don't really, you know what I mean, value, no tea, no shade, but a lot of people here don't really value education and knowledge and wisdom. And I do, and I am also a writer, I'm a reader, all these things. And so my vocabulary is very dense, I think, to some degree. And so sometimes I'll like encounter somebody for like 5 seconds. I'll like literally ask them where the bathroom is or something. And the way, and like, because the way that I communicate sometimes is, it comes across as like, I don't know. I'm not trying to like label myself or anything in this moment, but like, and so sometimes I affect people. And whoever's watching, if you resonate with what I'm saying, I'm sure you affect people, and you don't necessarily realize the full extent of how you affect people until like years later sometimes. Like, I remember I was watching this podcast episode, and they were talking about how he ran into this college student, they dropped their books, and he helped her pick him up, and they exchanged just a few words. Like, it wasn't more than like 3 sentences, maybe 2 sentences, maybe. And that kind of changed the trajectory of her life. And in that essence, like, forever is listening, like, I think that's a message on, like, you know, speaking your soul's truth and being true to yourself for the sake of the higher good of all, you know what I mean? Because you never know who you might be affecting by speaking what's on your mind, by giving that compliment, by, like, saying that thing, you know? And obviously discernment, because not everything that is in your head needs to be fucking said out loud. But with things like compliments and shit like that, I feel like that's kind of like obvious. Like, yeah, say it. Like, you thought it, why not say it? You know? But unfortunately, not everybody's heart space is as open as some of us. And so we don't necessarily think to try to uplift others because we're not necessarily thinking with our heart center. Which isn't necessarily good or bad. But that's what it is to some degree, you know? And when you tune into your heart, when you tune into that space and you heal that part of yourself, it does help a little bit with speaking your soul's truth, because then you're not so much worried about the ego and identity and like how people are going to perceive you and like the potential bad. You're just thinking about like, this is my heart and my heart is pounding really loud and I'm going to just share it because what is the alternative? You know? And like I said before, like, I've had moments of being really bold. I'm thinking back to the other video that I made where I was talking about being bold and wanting to be more bold. Like, I've had moments where I've been extremely bold and extremely extroverted. But, I mean, there are seasons. Life happens in seasons. Sometimes you're feeling it. Sometimes you're on top of the world. Sometimes you're not. And that's okay. But ideally, you're learning and experiencing the entire way, you know what I mean? Being present with the lessons and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. As much as shit that I do talk about my family, I do really have love for them, and maybe it's just agape love, maybe it's just, you know, the same love that God has for me, I think. But the way that they function, it's like close to impossible for me to really like interact with them and not feel like I'm losing brain cells. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, like, they just don't make sense to me. Like, some of the things that they do and they like sort of, if you want to say believe in, if we can frame it like that. Like, I've talked about it before here and there. I don't like talking too much about it while I'm still living there, but like, you know, there's a lot of things that like I witness and I'm just like, well, why is that what you chose to do? Like if you were in a video game and like say the objective is ABC, right? And then like it's an open world game, so you could do whatever the fuck you want to do at any moment, like GTA, you know what I'm saying? And somebody chooses to go fucking make a bowl of cereal. Like, bitch, what are you doing? Like, your health bar is perfectly fine and you're choosing to just go eat a bowl. Like, what? What? And like, that's how I feel. Like, witnessing and being around them a lot of the time. And at some point I really craved like being a part of my own family system and like whatever. But at this point I've just accepted that that's just not possible, because like I feel like something drastic would have to happen to them. I'm not necessarily wishing that, but I feel like something drastic would have to happen to them for them to really wake up and like change their ways. You know what I mean? Like Ebenezer Scrooge type shit. Like seeing the fucking the ghost of Christmas past and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Not I don't know what happened. I feel like there was a shift within this video, but like, you know what I'm saying? And it's very unfortunate, but a lot of people are like that, really. Like, a lot of people are very set in their ways. And whether you blame the government, whether you blame individual people, whether you blame society, like whoever is to blame, like the issue is that like people are stuck in their own delusion, if you will. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate. You can't force somebody to like get out of that, but that is the case. A lot of people, when they awaken, when they realize this, they kind of have it as their mission to be like, well, I need to help them, I need to take them with me and like open their eyes and all this shit. But you will learn, hopefully not the hard way, but you will learn a lot of people like to fucking learn the hard way. You cannot change, you cannot wake people up, you cannot force people to see the truth and to live within truth. You cannot do that. You can't. You can try, but once again, if you want to learn the hard way, bro, it's like, I likened it in my mind, I was thinking about it earlier, like to when that idea, I've never experienced this personally, but people talk about the idea like when you're in dreams, you're not supposed to talk about the fact that you're in a dream, otherwise people get upset at you. It's like that. It's like, you made it known what the fuck was going on, and now everybody's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I was fine not knowing this was a dream. Now you said this was a dream. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. And it's the same thing with like real life. Like, I didn't have the awareness that my actions are creating X, Y, and Z, and now you made me aware, and now I fucking hate you, because why would you make me aware of that? I was living in delusion, living in la la land, perfectly fine, la ha 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 ha, everything's fun, everything's great, and you told me, hey, the world is in a really terrible shape. And you know, to some degree, you don't really help to make it better. And now you have to do something about it. If I wanted to live in delusion, if I wanted to live in bliss, that would probably piss me off. And I do want to live in bliss, but part of truly living in bliss and truly living and cultivating a heaven on earth for yourself and for the people around you is being honest with your fucking self. Like, part of the angelic frequency, if you will, is fucking honesty. And I'm sorry that I'm swearing, but I'm very passionate about this, and it really pisses me off that people like bypass the idea of honesty like so fucking much. Like, we live in a fucking shitfire world. Like, this world is like, there's so many fucking things that we could talk about, that we could pinpoint, that are really not working, but we continue to move and act like they are working, and we're gonna continue acting like it's, once again, you can't force people to see what the fuck it is, and it's upsetting. Like, I'm getting myself worked up. Let me, hold on, give me a second. Okay, I took a couple moments, a couple breaths. It's really nice out today, I think. It's really nice out. But yeah, you can't force anybody to see the truth. And if you try, 9 times out of 10, you will be taught a lesson about why you shouldn't force people. I mean, you can try, once again, if you don't mind the consequences, if you're a sadist, if you want to get told you're a bad guy constantly, then sure, you could try your best to force people to see the truth. Sure. And sure, you will wake up a lot of people. Sure. But I'm talking about forcing people. You can share the truth, you can speak it, but like, when you're in personal situations with people and you notice that they're not really being truthful with themselves, it is so imperative that you can once again share it with them. But when you notice resistance, when you notice that they are not receptive, that is your cue to stop sharing with that person. You can still share in general. Fuck yeah, keep shouting it from the mountaintops, but don't keep shouting in this person's ear being like, hey, did you know that there's cat piss on the floor? Your cat pissed on the floor. You're stepping in the cat piss. They're choosing to sit in whether or not they know that they are in cat piss, they are choosing to stand in the cat piss, and that is unfortunately a choice that they can make for themselves, or maybe fortunately, however you look at it. It is a choice that they can make, and it's not healthy, it's not good for them, for their vessel, but it is a thing that you can choose to do in this unlimited reality, you know? I don't really smoke Black and Milds. I don't like smoking tobacco without marijuana, unless I'm like super just in need of a fix, you know what I'm saying? But I did get a Black and Mild the other day. I don't remember where I got this, but and I smoked some of it, and I'm mostly talking about it because I feel like to some degree it does affect my energy in a different way than just marijuana, you know? I haven't smoked it today. Like, the last time I smoked it was like yesterday, I think, or maybe the day before. I don't know. I've been holding on to it. I don't smoke things like that, and I'm thankful for that. Like, I'm not super desperate for a fix. I got it so that I could wean myself off of. I don't have weed, so I have something to smoke and feel crazy. And I don't know, sometimes I think about, if I can be candid about my addiction for a second, sometimes I think about how my life would look if I didn't have a desire or an urge to like smoke and like transmute through like chemical transformation, i.e. substances, you know, because I know for sure I don't need to smoke. I don't need any, like, I'm not out here putting out the narrative that I need to smoke, that it's a need, that it's like emergency. But I will be honest with myself and say that that's how my body treats it to some degree. Like, my body is like, yeah, I need this. And I honor my body to some degree. So I do listen to my body, even though it's not always right. It's not always correct. But one thing my body has been telling me for the last few minutes of this video is that I have to pee. So I'm going to find a place to pee in the cemetery. And also, I feel like I've been talking for a while, so I'm going to end this video. I'm going to remind you that God loves you and God wants the best for you. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know the details of your life, but everything is temporary. Like, as much as it might not feel like it sometimes, everything is temporary. Every chapter of your life is temporary. Every terrible thing in the world that's ever happened to you is temporary. So try to keep your head up, try to keep your spirits high. Know, KNOW, that miracles happen all the freaking time if you truly believe and align yourself with that energy. And like I said, God loves you, but part of the God energy, the God frequency, heaven, whatever you want to call it, is truth. And we got to be truthful with ourselves sometimes, as painful as it can be, you know. And no shame, no judgment if you can't move through that. But if you're watching this, if you're here, it means this is your opportunity to level up and to, like, you know, really take yourself more seriously. So much love to you. I hope you have a nice rest of your day. I hope you really take heed to what I said in this video. Or don't. Do whatever you want to do. It's your choice. And have a nice rest of your day. Bye.